Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm BZ-176. Welcome back to the channel, and we are here with another new tank video. So as we know, with the after party event, you can get the WTF1, and also there is two other tanks. Now yesterday we had a look at the MBTB, which you could get for 300 hammers. Now, of course, I did say it really is not worth how much money you have to spend to get the tank. But as you can see on the left side, for another 300 hammers, there is the BZ-176, a Chinese tier 9 heavy tank. Now, this is slightly different to the MBT, so we're going to have a look. We're going to look at the stats, and then we're going to get into a game. Well, not us. We are going to get into a replay that we have basically just stolen. So it's a big tank. This is like a really, really huge tank. So yeah, it's armor wise, it's not as good as it looks. When you look at the tank, how big it is, you just think it's a massive block of concrete, but it's not quite the case of this tank. Now, the turret, as you can see, very strange turret, pretty flat to be fair, which is good, because you haven't really got any hatches on top that can easily be penetrated. So that's the advantage of the tank. The same as the MBT, really. That's pretty similar if you remember us looking at the turret. Very, very similar to the MBT. But yeah, this is Chinese. It is a little bit different. So 192 millimeters of turret armor and only 100 millimeters of hull armor. Now, obviously, as you can see, it is slightly sloped. The bottom plate is very easily pennable, but you can get the armor better the more you angle, really, and the more you use the gun depression. So you have a DPM of 2041. So again, not the best of DPMs, but it is an auto loader. So you have a magazine reload of 24.9 seconds and a shell reload of 8 seconds. So you've got two shells, you shoot once, then you've got an 8-second reload for one shell, and then you shoot that second shell. You've got basically a 25-second reload. So a very, very long reload, but you do have the alpha to go with it. So you've got 240 penetration, 305 on your heat, and 62 on your HE. Now, the same as the MBT, I don't currently have the tank, so we are looking at this tank completely standard. So you can get that up quite a bit, actually, especially the heat pen with calibrated shells. Now, you do have a 560 alpha gun, so with both shells you can do over 1,000 damage. So over 1,000 damage every 25 seconds. It's not too bad when you look at it at that sense. Your heat damage is 490 and your HE is 690. So again, if you can get that HE off, do so, because it will benefit you. You can do around almost 1,400 damage if you get it right and if you get the rolls right. Your aim time is 5 seconds, so not great at the aim time, of course, and the dispersion as well at 0.431. So yeah, the aim time and the gun dispersion is not very good at all. You only have 6 degrees of gun depression as well, which kind of sucks, with a 33 kilometers per hour speed. So it's not quick either. 14 in reverse. So yeah, it's not a quick tank, and as you can see, the average speed is just 25 kilometers per hour. So it's quite a slow tank, and it's, you know, it's a difficult tank to play. It really is a very, very difficult tank to play. You kind of, the way I would suggest is kind of like a second line, front line tank. So personally, I wouldn't play it like at the very front. I would normally just sort of sit behind my heavies and let them sort of take the brunt of it, because I don't think the armor is fantastic. And again, you haven't got the DPM to be sitting at the front reloading whilst you're getting spanked by a load of heavy tanks. I would sort of just sit off to the side and behind your heavy tanks. Now, I have played the tank and I think it's okay. I don't think it's the best tank by all means. You can get bounces. You can't rely too much on the armor, but you can get bounces on the thing. But with the reload that it's got, you really have to focus on what you are shooting, because you want to make sure you get both shots out. You don't want to bounce, you don't want to miss, because then of course your DPM pretty much halves. It does half. If you miss one shot or you bounce one shot, your DPM drops to like 1,000, which is very, very, very bad indeed. So do bear that in mind. So if you do take one shot and you've got no shots, just like this guy's just done there, he didn't have any shots, so he decided to go for that reload. And I would suggest that, and not just with this tank, but a lot of auto reloader or a lot of auto loaders, if you have 1 or 2 shells remaining and you've got no shots, just double tap the ammo bar and it will automatically reload. And so even to this day, you get an auto loader, someone with 3 shots, they take 1 shot, they don't have any shots available, so they just shoot the next 2 shots. Just double tap the the ammo bar, and then it will automatically reload without you having to take any shots. So far he has managed to bounce 1,200 damage, and he's only got 1,100 damage as well. So there's still a lot of work to do, there's still a lot of hit points, so anything can change. And even though this doesn't have the greatest of DPMs, you've got to remember it does have fantastic alpha. So as soon as if you can get the 2 shots off, then you really will see your damage go up very, very quickly, like very quickly. And again, if you come up against some weak tanks, the waffle or the grill or anything like that, do make sure you switch to that HE, because it really, really will help your DPM. So far 2,200 damage. It's a 4 versus 5. There is still a lot of work to do. This K91 has taken care of the VZ-175 to bring it down to a 4 versus 4, and there is now a juicy waffle. Now he's gone for the blind shot. Personally, I wouldn't have, because now he luckily he did go for the reload because there was nothing available. But did he hit the waffle? Well, somebody hit the waffle for 500 damage. So actually, that may have been a very, very good shot. But unfortunately, because he went for the reload, he doesn't have anything reloaded. So he's just got to be patient, and he's got to wait. Now, luckily, he didn't have to waste that shot on the WZ-20 and do a very little damage. He can save both shots and go for something that will actually matter. Just like this M6 Yo here, who's just about to clear the waffle. And of course there is the bat chat as well, so he's going to go for the bat chat. For me, it's the most dangerous target. He does have a bit of support as well, so you can see the bat chat's health just almost vanish. Is he going to go for the HE? He does, but very low roll there, 580. So now it is a 3 versus 2, but both of these tanks have a decent amount of hit points. However, his team doesn't. The Yo is pretty much a one shot, the XM is a one shot, so they do have to be very careful. Now the plus side is he can take both of these out with a single magazine, so he needs to focus. He is on his own now. He needs to focus just one of these tanks at a time, and just get one gone, because now I wouldn't go for the waffle, just carry on going for the Yo, just to take him out, and that's exactly what he has done. So now he has over 20 seconds to run and hide, but at least he has a rock. At least he can hide for a little bit, because if he gets penetrated now, well, he would have if that guy wasn't shooting HE, but he's going to have time to reload one shell, but he's not going to have time to reload both shells before this waffle has reloaded. So he's gone close. He's not going for the HE because he knows he can take care of this guy with 2 normal AP shots, which is a very good thing to do, really, because some people just see a waffle, bang, HE. Well, there's no point doing HE if you can definitely take him out with the 2 shots, because what the HE will do is have a chance of bouncing on the gun, have a chance of just splashing, then only doing sort of 100 damage. So I like what he done there. He didn't want to risk it. He knew he could take him out with two APs. It would have taken 2 HE shots anyway, so you may as well go for the AP, and that's exactly what he done, and he manages to get the victory. So just like the MBT, it's still a decent tank. It's not the best of tanks, but you know, it's still costing 300 hammers for this tank, which I do not think is worth the money. Again, just like the MBT, wait for it to come in on sale. where you're going to be able to get it for a lot cheaper. So let me know if you have any of the 3 tanks in this after party the event: BZ, MBT, and of course the Waffle, and what tank is your favorite, and whether you absolutely love them or absolutely hate them and wish you never spent the money. Let me know in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.